Did you watch this, Bobby?
Yeah, I watched all of them.
Did you watch this, Hesh? Ms. Marvel?
I know. I'm thinking. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, watch it. Yeah.
I hated this series. I can't even hold you. Like, I didn't like this shit.
I told you.
I liked learning about a new culture. I did not like the series as a Marvel thing.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I can't say I would watch this again. I don't know if it has to do with the subject matter, the directors, or just teenage love affairs and shit, whatever the fuck going on. It didn't hit for me.
Yeah, it didn't.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think I am a little bit higher on it than you guys are. And it started out really good, and it did sort of falter. And then, like, I think the first 2 episodes were good. And then the next 2 were like, meh. And then 5 was like, eh. And then 6, and I think 6 was okay. I think 6 was okay. It did kind of go in a way that I didn't want, which is it ended up being one of the damage control being the
big bad.
The big bad out of nowhere. So they didn't really set that up well to make that like compelling or endearing for people, because they showed up in the episode and then that was it, really. Like they weren't like a big presence to be like, oh no, this is the big bad we're gonna fight. And then it also was a little bit of, oh, 2 people with the same powers are fighting, and it's like, so it's not really super interesting.
He couldn't even control this shit.
He couldn't control this shit. It was a little.
I mean, isn't that the natural like progression of Marvel, where 2 people have the same power and they just fight? Like Hulk and Abomination, you got Cameron and Kamala, and you got.
But that could be a little boring sometimes too.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, okay, it's
it was just powers. A series. It was boring. It was.
It was not like, because like again, like the family, like her talking to her dad at the end was nice. The fact that her mom made her costume for her was really nice. Like again, we talked about it last week. The family stuff is really cool. It's the Marvel superhero stuff that sort of dragged it down, like damage control being villains out of nowhere, the lady being like racist, but they didn't really spend a lot of time setting it up to make it feel like, oh, okay, we're really in danger. But they kind of brought it back to like some episode 1 stuff when they're in the school and she's like drawing out the plan type of shit. So like it was like there's elements of it, but it just wasn't enough. Yeah, I don't hate the series. I think it's good, and if they do come back for a second season, I will give it a shot, just because. Excuse me, I like the actress playing Miss Marvel. I thought she was good, and I like the family dynamic, so I'm willing to give it another shot. But I could understand people being coming to the end of it and be like, yeah, like I can understand that. It's like I can't knock anybody for that.
D-Sad said it sounded like mid when y'all reviewed it every week. That's why I didn't watch.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's okay.
I mean, I would say watch it just to, because it ties into other things, and you would just want to know what's going on, and just know certain plot points because it appeared in another show.
I think it's better than Moon Knight.
Really?
What?
I think.
Really?
Marvel, I might have to think about that.
Wow. Babyface the bad guy. I don't like this trend. They babyface the bad guy. They could be, like I said last week, they could have these people under massive contracts where they just get older and older and older, and as they get older, they get worse. So it's kind of like, oh, this is how he started, and he wound up being this. I heard they're planning to renew it. It was one of the highest rated Marvel shows.
Yeah.
According to like Rotten Tomatoes and stuff like that.
What?
Ms. Marvel.
No.
You know that's like 2 in a row. You wasn't fucking with Marvel, right?
What?
Thor and this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It ain't gonna be the last one.
Yeah, wait.
That Wakanda Forever. I don't know.
Well, we got Wakanda Forever, and then we
got Cat is fucking scaring me.
Nigga Cat,
and we got She-Hulk.
She-Hulk
comes out next month.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, but who posted? I forgot. Somebody posted a video in our Discord, and it was a TikTok. And
I like how they did for her to be a high schooler. I mean, yeah,
and it was somebody talking about how the fact that all the shows that we're getting right now for Disney Plus shows were all filmed roughly around the same time. So it's like the same
timeline or same like
around
IRL time,
like in real life time.
Okay.
So they kind of all have the same DNA of how they're being shot, made, and kind of whatever. They're just being released far apart. So like they haven't. So like season 2 stuff might be better than season 1 stuff because they'll have time to like make
flesh
changes
it
to
out
the
and
show.
make it
Yeah,
their
because
own
like
identity.
yeah, so I think what they were saying, like, so Miss Marvel started filming when WandaVision started to release.
Okay.
So like all the other stuff was already kind of done in the tuck. So by the time they got to whatever other shows that have already been out there, done filming the show, so it's not like they can like make improvements because they didn't know what the reaction stuff was going to be. So hopefully, if there's a season 2, that will fix some of the problems that we had in season 1.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll see. I don't know.
How did you feel about the end credit scene?
It was cool.
Mutants.
Oh yeah, I mean that was cool. and it had a little
About that
and had the
shit.
music stinger. That was
They
cool.
said the word, but she's not a mutant though.
Oh shit, yes, she is.
Well, and this is just
In MCU, she's a mutant.
yeah.
But then the comic creator come out and say that she initially wanted her to be a mutant, but then she changed it last minute. So she's not a mutant. She's just
in the comic
superpower?
books. In the comic book, she's an Inhuman. In
Yeah.
this, she's a mutant. Apparently.
Yes.
So she's an actual mutant. So when homie said there's something wrong with her DNA is a mutation, whatever. So that
And they
makes her
played
an
the
actual
X-Men,
mutant.
and they played the X-Men theme song.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, you didn't hear it? It went real quick.
When he said that?
Yes.
Oh shit!
You didn't hear that? Oh, go back and
I gotta
listen.
go back. Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't hear
no.
that.
Oh yeah.
A genetic mutation. So she comes from a family of mutants.
No, they
she
said
just has a mutation.
her.
Oh, she just has this
Yeah,
mutation.
which is
Okay.
because he had mentioned something because she was part Jinn or whatever, and I think he had tested her brother or some shit. But then so he went back and re-looked at it and was like, "Nah, there's just something specific about you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's obviously because she's a mutant. She has a mutation." The thing about the Inhuman thing. So this is what happened.
Like they all Jim, but hers is different. Okay.
Yeah, hers is different. So here's what happened. Marvel, the company, sold the movie rights to X-Men and Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, all that to Sony and then to Fox. So what happened was
And they barred them niggas from ever saying the word mutant again.
yeah. So the Fox movies became roughly, pretty successful. So in the comic book world, the comic book like directive was like, hey, we're not gonna push X-Men because basically if we push X-Men, we're basically just giving our competitors storylines and to make more money. So what we're gonna do is internally push Inhumans. So the Inhumans was the thing that they were going to push, like, and that's in the comic books, and I think that's how she ended up being an Inhuman instead of a mutant because they weren't pushing mutants at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, clearly, Disney brought back Fox. X-Men is now part of the thing, and it's like, all right, well, and what happened with the Inhuman show happened with the Inhuman show, so I think they're trying to step away from that. So I don't think the only reason they were going to push with the Inhumans was because they didn't have the mutants at the time, so they was just going to do Inhumans. Now they can do mutants. So like, all right, she's a mutant now, and it's MCU. Fuck it, we're moving on. So,
Yeah. Even her powers is different.
Yeah.
Her powers are different than in the comic book.
yeah.
I mean, are her powers different, or is she learning how to use her powers in this
No,
show?
her,
Oh, wait,
her
different.
powers
are-
isn't cosmic in the
Yeah.
comic book.
She's like a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Okay,
So when she said in big, and like in the comic book, she would actually grow bigger.
yeah.
And she'd make her fist bigger. And like in the first issue or first couple of issues, she could actually like change her form. So she was running around looking like Carol Danvers, like because she could change her body to look like Carol. So that's how that started in the comic books.
So is that what happened in the last? I mean, the end credit scene? Is she transformed?
No, she teleported.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, because so this is what I'm.
So they traded places?
Yeah, so what I'm assuming is because they already said there's two bangles.
Yeah.
She only has one bangle, and they only found the one bangle. I'm assuming that the other bangle was out in space somewhere. I think, and this is tied to Shang-Chi a little bit. So I think after Shang-Chi, Carol Danvers was maybe trying to investigate whatever that fucking signal is or what stuff is tied to that. Probably went somewhere where that bangle was, found the bangle, touched the bangle, and it sort of activated, and it teleported Kamala to where the other bangle was, and she got teleported to Earth. And then what a lot of people are saying,
She can't breathe in space.
well, she might not be in like space. She might just be on a planet. And then she'll use the power of the bangles and cover herself in hard light or something. I don't know. So then what a lot of people are saying is because
We went from Jersey to Karachi to Jupiter. That's crazy.
hey, sometimes you gotta do it. So what they're saying is they're gonna in the Marvels. What's probably gonna happen is Carol's gonna team up with Monica Rambeau because Monica's working with Sword to like get back to wherever Kamala is, and that's how they all team up for the Marvels because they're all in the movie.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's what a lot of people are saying is happening.
That makes sense if it does happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything worth talking about in this last episode? I didn't.
The mutant thing is probably the most.
Yeah,
thing.
that's the most
like, hey,
interesting thing.
This is the first confirmation of them saying we're mutant in the MCU. So like, it's fucking happening, dog.
Who's Cameron in Ms. Marvel? Like, who does he turn into in the comic books?
I think he's just same. He had
Red
similar
Dagger?
powers.
No, not Red Dagger. I'm talking the other nigga with the green.
I don't think he's a
crystal.
villain.
Oh, him?
Yeah, I don't think
he's not a villain.
I think he's like another Inhuman, I believe, actually.
Mm.
But obviously, he's probably gonna be like a mutant or whatever the fuck they're gonna call it.
So his mother just transferred powers and just died and said, "Here, take this burden."
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
figure it out.
Figure it out. I'm dead. Dead. I can't help you no more.
Adamantium. Like, yeah. So, yeah, I think he's just gonna be like a villain. He'll probably come around if they do season 2, maybe and help her, and they'll work together and stop villains and whatnot. But we'll see.
All right, I guess.
Mutants, baby.
Mutants, baby. 1 out of 10.
7. 7.5.
Bobby. 1 out of 10. What do you give this?
4.
I mean, IGN gave it like a 7, 8. Rotten Tomato gave it a good score.
About a 6, because it's like what we said before. It's the superhero shit was getting in the way.
Yeah.
Of a lot of the storytelling, and it was like most of the whole series was about her telling what happened in her family.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure you could cut that out into like a 2-hour movie.
Yeah, fact.
And it'll be fine. But the superhero shit, it just came second.
Yeah,
like that end fight, it was just
yeah. And damage control let them niggas stay in that fucking school for 3 hours, right? Making that plan. Real fucking SWAT teams would have stormed that building.
Too soon? Oh, I'm just saying.
I don't know. I just ain't got nothing for that one. I don't know.
Yeah, I would have to give it like a 6.5. I wasn't really liking it. Like I said, I like learning about the culture and shit like that, but other than that, didn't really thrill me or wow me at any point where I was like, I might watch this again or I don't understand this. I was like, I'm cool with not understanding shit in this one. I'm like, I don't care. Like, this shit made me not care about a lot of stuff.
I understand where the direction is going with the show because it ties into the next movie, but I don't know what the full direction is with Marvel right now. There's no clear direction. There's too much shit going on. I see they have
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say they have the God shit going on. They have Eternals. There's Kang, so there's multiverses. The Incursion. But other than that, it's like everything's all over the place right now. There's no main plot like it did the last phase to phase 1, 2, 3. Like everything was cohesive and together. You kind of figure you knew what was going on, but with this, I don't know what the fuck they're doing at the end.
Do you think they get new directors because the cultural aspect of Ms. Marvel is gone now? Because they, you know how Marvel does that, you know, oh, we got, you know, people from the culture directing it. Oh, we don't want to face backlash. Why you got white people directing it? Now that the shit is over, we got to explain. Now we dealing with like cosmic space shit. Do they get new directors now?
I don't think so.
That's bullshit.
Because she's still gonna have a family. So still gonna want to handle
But
that.
space.
No,
space come out.
The movie is gonna be her in space. The TV show will be her in Jersey doing Jersey shit.
I hope not.
It's literally gonna be just budget wise. It just makes sense that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stop being so safe. Stop being pussy, Marvel.
What?
No, I get why they had, you know, the directors they had and shit, you know, because they're of Middle Eastern descent. But I'm just saying, if we're not dealing with the Middle Eastern part of the story anymore, like we have her backstory, how she got her powers, this, that, and the third happened. All right, let's deal with some real fighting evil shit.
Well, they gotta establish who she is first, and then they'll get
they
there.
did. She Muslim. It's a mosque. It's fucking, you know, all this shit.
Season 2, all that stuff should be happening. They gotta establish. They gotta get you ready for the character. Basically, this is just to get you ready for the character for the movie.
They could be consultants.
Why not? They can't be directors, nigga?
No, I'm just saying, just to make it more fun or palpable to everyone, or just something.
There was a lot of flip flopping in this too. Now I think about it.
Action.
There's a lot of flip flop. Like the mother, who was it? Cameron's mother?
Yeah, or what? What she do?
She was good. She was helping out. Then she was like, give me the bagel. Then she was like, I want to go home. And then I'll close it. And then
It was dead ass for like she was cool for 20 minutes, and then she said, "We got to go home now."
Yeah, I'm like, huh?
Real quick, that was my beef. I was like, okay, nigga, you waited 100 years. You couldn't wait 10 more days for him to figure something out for you. Like you just, but again, that's the superhero shit where they need a villain or something for her to oppose. And then on top of that, she ended up not being even like the ultimate.
Yeah,
big bad, like where she had to even like really fight her. She didn't even really fight her, nothing crazy. Like, so it's like, what was the point of all that? They just needed an excuse to find a way to get that nigga powers, and that's how they chose to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Flip flop action.
Flip flop.